In this great future, you can't forget your past. So dry your tears, I say. No woman, no cry. No woman, no cry. Okay, guys, my name is Peter Wanyama once again. Good morning. Let me just, before I sign into the court session, share a quick word about climate change litigation. You know, climate change is a progressive idea. It's something that we can implement as Law Society of Kenya. It's something which can bring money to advocates. How it works in terms of the mechanics. It works in two perspectives. One, at the level of climate change litigation, and two, at the level of policy and legislative advisory work. Let me begin with the second level. The second level, the policy and legislative advisory work, really entails the Law Society of Kenya signing a memorandum of understanding with county governments or through the Council of Governors to provide strategic help. Remember, we are the lawyer, so we must drive the process. So we must provide strategic help to county governments on climate change areas at maybe three levels. One is on capacity building and technical assistance in terms of training, ensuring that county governments understand what climate change is. Remember, most of the devolved functions have an impact on climate change. Trade development, agriculture, energy, water, etc. They are all health. They all have climate change components. So county governments are increasingly developing policies and legislation on climate change, and they need guidance. So we will then do capacity building and technical assistance. We will help them to do public participation, but more importantly, we help them to prepare policy and legislative instruments on climate change in whatever sector where we have been asked to help. So the idea is that Law Society of Kenya develops a rule of law based program where on climate change we get funding from development partners. We strengthen our secretariat, and we ensure that lawyers then who understand or have an interest in climate change are able to participate fully by offering that consultancy service. In one consultancy, for example, if we send you to Mombasa to help county government of Mombasa on climate change issues at the policy and legislative level, you can earn something like 2 million shillings. So the issue is, are we planting that seed for structured engagement with development partners so that Law Society of Kenya can play its central role on climate change issues? So that's something we need to do. It's an idea which is workable, and we must get it done because it is really important. It's a bread and butter issue, deepens legal practice beyond the traditionals. So the second component is on climate change litigation. Climate change litigation is been done in Europe, and it's really lucrative. So climate change litigation really entails Law Society of Kenya filing public interest cases as part of the of the measures to protect our environment. Remember, under Article 10 of the Constitution, the principle of sustainable development, environmental protection, polluter pays principle, they're all constitutional. So the strategy is that we use our platform as Law Society of Kenya as part of getting being at the center stage of climate change litigation. So we use our platform, we file cases against persons, especially companies and industries that are polluting the environment. So we file structured cases where we seek structural interdict orders. Structural interdict orders in the sense that we'll be targeting, like we go to industrial area here, there are companies that are heavily damaging our environment. So we file a petition in the Land and Environment Court against them, where we will be seeking orders for them to take measures to protect the environment. And this can be done at all levels. So myself, I believe that we can also negotiate something which can be funded, and we need then to negotiate a structured program so that we're able to fund some of these initiatives as a way of making the Law Society of Kenya a little bit progressive and fit in this brave new world. So I myself am committed to this progressive idea, and we will make it happen. We will lay down the proper structures so that in terms of strengthening the secretariat, improving our capacities, doing structured and global networking so that we're able to raise resources for the Law Society of Kenya to undertake climate change programs. So thank you very much, and thank you very much indeed. Asanteni sana.